Well, this is my first Venturefest. I've walked into the building and there's a great buzz. It's a very welcoming conference. You know, sometimes you walk in and you don't feel that you can go and just spontaneously speak to people. It's certainly not one of those. So yeah, my experience has been great so far. I've had some very interesting conversations with people that have booked business consultations with me, wanting a bit of advice on, first of all, their idea, whether it's any good, and secondly, how to take their concepts to market.
Well, I've been coming to Venturefest for something like 15 years, so it's really nice to see how much it's grown. Here I'm giving the keynote speech over lunch, talking about how important this whole area is to science and innovation in the UK, and looking forward to meeting some of the companies that are here. It's a really exciting bunch of new companies showcasing what they're doing in Oxfordshire. I think also what we see here is that we've got a really great combination of presentations, both from an investment perspective, a technology perspective, and from a management perspective. So you've got all those key streams which are important for building successful technology companies coming together. And that makes spending time here at Venturefest a really efficient way to spend a day. You're going to learn a lot here, you're going to make some great new contacts, and look back in a year's time and say, well, that really did help me move my business forward.
I think just to put things into context, I think the UK does have a fantastic crop of particularly technology businesses, and I think Oxfordshire and the surrounding area have many examples of those sorts of companies. And the sorts of companies that maybe would start very early, grow very quickly, and then potentially have the opportunity to really scale up, become mainstream, if you like, FTSE 100, FTSE 2 businesses, and very much globally active businesses.
We're here standing in front of your boat. Can you tell me what company you're from and what brings you to Venturefest?
Okay, well, I'm from Glide Boats. So this is our first product, a single scull rowing boat. I'm really interested to come to Venturefest because I've developed the boat from scratch pretty much myself. But I've now got to a stage where the boat's on the market and available for sale, and that's not really my area of expertise. So I'm really looking for assistance and advice to take the boat forward into the market, and that's really my main reason for being here today.
And it's your first time at Venturefest. How have you found it? Have you got those contacts? Have you spoken to the right people?
Yes, and in fact it's been surprising actually, because I was a bit concerned this morning that it was a bit different from everything else that was here and I wouldn't get any interest, but there's actually a surprising number of people interested in rowing boats. But I think also just because it's something a bit different, I've had a lot of people passing by and showing a real interest in the boat, and I've been able to glean quite a lot of good advice on the way as well. So it's got a lot more out of it than maybe I expected to, which has been great.
In addition to the two universities, we have research establishments that are really quite unique in Europe and all together in one place. Begbroke, Culham, Harwell, the Diamond Synchrotron, now ESA. These world-leading strengths that I've already mentioned are strategically important to the UK as a whole. We have them here in Oxford and Oxfordshire.
Tell me about your involvement with Venturefest.
Well, I'm the Chief Exec of Venturefest, and I've been working with them for about 2 years now. And putting on today's event is a highlight of the year.
And what do you enjoy the most about Venturefest?
That fabulous mix where you don't really know who's coming, and they don't know who's coming, and then you get people together and they have different ideas, and you find somebody with the idea, somebody with money, and then before you know it, you've got a new business started. And that's what really excites me when you look back in a year's time and you say, wow, that was all kicked off because two people happened to talk at Venturefest.
And do you know people personally that Venturefest has affected their lives?
We've had a couple of really nice stories that have happened because of Venturefest. One of them was our Launchpad 2012 winner, a company called Viewpoint that had an idea for a smartphone application and to interpret historic houses and churches and so forth, so that when you went around the house or the church you could understand what it was all about. And they won our competition last year, and they've had all sorts of different ways of support, and now their business is taking off, and they just launched onto an Android application as well as a smartphone application.